Now you guys can hear me, right? Wow, I'm stupid. All right, so okay, so let me explain everything that's going on, right? So right here is where Soren has like first transformed, but pretty much he's gonna fight Sebas right here, right? So they go and they fight a little bit, and then pretty much what happens is Soren flies away to go help the other battlefields, and he tells. By the way, somebody said I messed up the grammar here, so let me see if I can fix it. I need to help the other mortals. That's not bad grammar. What are you talking about, dude? This is good grammar. I need to help the other mortals. What's wrong with that? Oh, I'm need. Oh, you're right. I'm need. Yeah, I gotta change it. That's because I changed the sentence. It was like I had it saying I'm off to help the other mortals, and I was like, it doesn't sound as good. And it's okay. You're right. Thank you for pointing that out, because I would have felt horrible if I had published a video and didn't see that. Okay, thanks, dude. I need to help the other mortals. All right. And then he flies off. So he pretty much leaves it now for these guys to fight Sebas, but he gave them their energy back pretty much. Okay, and so now it's going over to the forest landscape. This whole part is okay. Yeah, Peter, you're right. Shout out to my Discord. Discord.gg/Mastar Media. If you haven't joined my Discord, come join my Discord. It's in the description of the video. Discord.gg/Mastar Media. Come join the masterminds. Make some friends. All right, so this whole part was done by the Notorious Luke, and he's just phenomenal. I mean, look at this. No tracing or anything like that. Just Notorious Luke is incredibly good. He's the guy who did Dragon Ball Deliverance, and he's working on episode 2, by the way. He's my friend. I met him. He's Italian. I met him in Italy. He's a really nice young guy, and he did this part, and it was like he worked on it for, I don't know, a couple weeks, I guess. He's really fast too, by the way, how fast he animates. And it was only like 10 to 15 seconds long, and I was like, bro, this art is sick. Like, we got to draw this out. So like I really drawed out this scene, because I was like, it just, all this good art and animation just happens too fast. So I kind of slowed down the pacing. I added some camera work. I added, like, you know, these trees and like the circular panning to kind of like emphasize the suspense of the scene and stuff like that. And some shading on him just to juice his art even more, because it's so damn good. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, because he put a lot of time and energy in that. But yeah, that's pretty much where I am right now, ladies and gents. So I have 5.5 minutes done here. This is Soren coming in pretty much to save Vegeta. So this scene right here is the one that I did on stream. If you guys watch my first Anime War 9 stream, this is the one that I sketched out, and I just finally finished just cleaning it up and finished animating it. But I actually made some more changes to this. It's actually in my working file right now. I made a couple tiny changes to it just to make it look better. But Demigras is like super strong right now, because like pretty much like he absorbed like a ton of Vegeta's energy, Omni energy and stuff. Where is it? Where's the scene? Like, so Vegeta's been fighting him in you know, Omni Super Saiyan, and Demigras has just been eating it and using Dark Siphoning to you know, gain all of Vegeta's energy. So he's way stronger than Sebas now, who's only really had Trunks' God of Destruction blue energy. So pretty much like Demigras strong is all fuck right now. And Soren comes in, he just dodges it. He's like, who are you? You know, like, get out of my house. So pretty much now what I'm animating is the fight between Soren and Demigras. But Soren is gonna have a lot of trouble, because you know it's like Omni Demigras pretty much. You know, you guys saw like what happened when Zarama got Goku's Omni power and his hair transformed white. It's pretty much the same thing here. Um, so yeah, so now that's pretty much what I'm working on. And for you guys asking where Anime War episode 8 is, um, I I will be making an update video on that very soon. I have the first 3 pages of Demon Rush finalized. It's only the first 3 pages of the comic. Once I get the next batch is going to be 4 more pages, and when I get those, this is the first page of the Demon Rush comic, completely finished. Here's the next page, and then here's the third page. I got to make some changes to Soren's face though, but otherwise the rest of the stuff is good. So before I make the update video, I want to have like 7 pages to show you guys and explain why I'm doing this, and why I'm skipping Anime War episode 8, and Demon, talk about Demon Rush coming and stuff like that. Thank you guys, everybody who joined the Discord. Again, guys, if you wanna join the Discord, I'd love it if you would come join and make some friends. It's in the description, discord.gg. I'm gonna link it in the chat so you guys can join it. Yeah, man, I'm really excited for Demon Rush. I'm really, really excited. So 2019 is gonna be like the year of Demon Rush, bro. And just to let you know, like I have always been planning to bring Soren into Anime War. Like that was the goal from the very beginning. He's not going to end the war. Like he's going to be able to do some cool stuff, but he's not going to be able to end the war. But it's going to be enough cool stuff that you guys couldn't see the three. Oh, you guys couldn't see the 3 draw. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I switched the monitor. My bad. Okay. Here you go. All right. So that's the first page. So pretty much this is Star City. That's the name of the main city that Soren, like Mastar. It's gonna be called Star City. Haha. And it opens up. It's dark. It's gloomy. People are running. People are dying. The city's on fire. Pretty much like hell has opened on Earth. And cops are trying to shoot back, and everybody's just like getting eaten alive and destroyed and stuff like that. I gotta do some work on Soren's face here, but I really like these demon pictures, and this is pretty much the look and the feel of what's gonna happen. But until I get 7 pages, I'm not gonna make the update video. But when I make the update video, I'll show you guys the first 7 pages and try and get you guys interested in it. This is my own manga, but I don't know if you can really consider it a manga. It's more of a comic. I'm gonna consider it a comic, but I don't know. It's like American manga. Isn't Demon Rush similar to Attack on Titan white guy? I don't know what you mean by that, bro. Why do I sound different? It's probably my mic setup, dude. I took my pop filter off my mic because it was like, it's just so annoying. It's always getting in the way. But I think I need to put it back because my audio doesn't sound nearly as good. What inspires me? I think I get inspired just simply by like seeing like really amazing anime. Did you guys see Black Clover's new episode? Really interesting animation. I'm gonna do a pseudo review on. I'm gonna talk about the animation on the new Black Clover episode. It was kind of crazy. I think it could have been a lot better. It was like the artists were definitely trying to experiment. Some really interesting stuff there. Some stuff that I think should be celebrated. Some stuff that just kind of didn't work. But I think they needed to like double or even triple the frames to like make it good. But it was interesting. I mean, Black Clover's animation is like kind of inconsistent. Like some episodes are just like super like low frames and just like boring, and then like some episodes like it just pops off. This was obviously an episode that just popped off, but they needed more frames, man. They really need more frames. Yeah, it was cool to see Asta's demon form. I didn't really understand it though, but it was like it was so similar to QB. Like when he's like inside of his own body and he's like talking to the demon, I was like, okay, this is Naruto and the Nine Tails all over again. Yeah, so I am doing the manga. The first chapter will be free for sure. There's no way I'm selling the first chapter. Like, I want people to read it for free, and I want people to just get interested in it. That's really important to me. And as the manga is being worked on, I'm gonna be trying to do the anime. Um, I don't know what you guys are talking about, dogs dying and stuff. All right, so wow, we lost like 300 people. That sucks. But what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start drawing this out. Um, and so I'm really sorry that I didn't have my mic on for like the first half of the stream. I feel so dumb. Hey, we got Mysticon in the chat, and we got Lump King too. By the way, Mysticon asked who helped on Anime War episode 9. Can I do character sketches for Demon Rush? You totally can, dude. If you're interested, you want to just do some sketches, just for fun or whatever. Like, you want to do demons, or I have in my mind a couple characters. We'll talk about it offline, dude. So I'll tell you what, guys. Give me a minute. I'm gonna put some music on, and I'm just gonna start drawing. So, guys, as I draw, it's like hard for me to make commentary, but I'll try my best to talk to you guys as I'm drawing. But I pretty much have like a bunch of these sketched out scenes that I have to fully draw, like do the line work for. And I'm probably not gonna color these. I'm probably just gonna do flat color because there's just so many damn frames. Like, I don't want to deal with shading, but we'll see. All right, so let's hit the music. By the way, guys, I want to hear something cool. So I am actually starting Mastar Studios in my basement. I just bought like all this stuff and like tables, like computer equipment. I got 2 new gaming chairs from a sponsor. I'm gonna do a video on that this week from eWin Racing Chairs, and I'm gonna set up Mastar Studio. And I just need to hire some people that like live close by, can actually like commute to me and work with me. So that should be interesting. But I'll do a video on that soon too. 2019 is gonna be a big year, guys. We're gonna get away from Dragon Ball. We're gonna start doing some crazy stuff. Yeah, I am looking for people, but I need people who live in like the Washington D.C. metropolitan area. So keep in mind, these frames are like super fast. They're like on 1s and 2s, so like the artwork doesn't need to be perfect, which is also why I'm probably not going to do shading on these frames, but I am going to actually reuse the scene a couple times. As they're fighting, there's going to be dialogue, and as they're fighting, Vegeta is going to be like watching them. So I might actually end up putting shading in it in the end. And I'll do corrections later. I'm sure I'm gonna mess up quite a bit, but I can start with like some basic line work and do corrections later. But I guarantee you, like, it doesn't have to be perfect right now. Especially when it's moving this fast. You don't have to do high detail. And the hair, I think I have 3 hair symbols done here. I'll probably just use these and just not draw hair. Yeah, because otherwise just spend so much time redrawing hair over and over again. Demigod kind of has a long chin. Platinum Effect, can you talk about the positions you'll have in the future? If you're talking about like my company, I need animators, I need After Effects artists, I need CGI artists, and I need editors. That's like the most important stuff. Like just about everything else, like you can buy. Like so for sound effects and music, you can outsource that. Like you don't need to have somebody in house, but to have an actual like studio, like I want the animators and the editors and the graphics people like all in house so we can collaborate every day. But I want like highly experienced, well, not highly experienced people. I want highly talented people with a thirst to learn. Because I don't have the fun, like I don't have the money to hire like a fleet of like people that I can pay $100K a year. I mean, I wish I did. But I like what I really need more than anything is an apprentice. I need somebody who can like do what I do, which is like everything. Like somebody who can wear every hat, you know. That's what I need more than anything. Like if I'm gonna hire someone, it's like the first person to be like someone that like I see enough talent in that they could pretty much like with a couple years of training do my job. That's the kind of person I want to hire first. But that's really hard to find, if not impossible, because I mean, I am my brand, you know. It's not like a finance job or something like that. It's damn, this looks like shit. It's a creative skill, you know. This character is Demigra, final form, who I showed earlier this stream. So he pretty much just wrecked Vegeta, and now Soren's fighting him in hand-to-hand combat. And he's pretty buff because he absorbed a ton of God energy. Yes, Soren does have God Key, and Dark Siphoning can work on it. So what's up with episode 15? Are you there yet? I know, bro. Episode 20 is in the works. Just kidding. I've been grinding hard on this episode the last week, man. Grinding hard. Like, even if it doesn't get a lot of views, man, it's all about like just showing the world Soren, you know, in all of his glory. That's the most important thing. It's not about money. Oh, we got Shaka Demons in here. See some people complaining about Discord. If you got banned in Discord, you're probably doing something stupid. We don't ban you if you're just like cool and just hanging out. Man, next year is gonna be a great year for anime. We've got My Hero Academia, season 4, One Punch Man season 2, which hopefully doesn't flop because it's not Madhouse anymore, the best studio in the world, which did season 1. Now it's JC Staff, which isn't actually, they're not bad, but they're not like great either. So we'll see. Hopefully, like it's got to be hard for them to live up to what Madhouse did for One Punch Man season 1. You guys are gonna love Anime War episode 9, man. I think it's gonna be the best episode because not just because Soren's in there, but it has like every battlefield in it, and it's gonna give like all of the characters glory. That's why you're gonna love it, and it's also gonna have like something that you've been waiting for a really long time. That there's a lot of theories on will finally come to fruition. So Sharkhead asked how long you've been working on episode 8. It looks impressive. I think you mean episode 9, but this is episode 9. I'm skipping an episode. But I've been working on this maybe a month? maybe a little bit more. I was kind of just like working on it in the background. Um, and then I decided to release a trailer just to kind of like let people know what was going on, because like I hadn't released any videos in a while. And after I released the trailer and I saw like how excited people were, I was like, okay, gotta go full force on this guy now. Also because Demon Rush manga is being worked on. But these animations take crazy amounts of time, man. I mean, trying to do full episodes is pretty psychotic. Most people don't understand that. Not pretty psychotic. It is psychotic. I mean, all this stuff I'm doing, all these frames here, it's like a second and a half long. But I'm gonna reuse it a bunch of times though. That's why I'm kind of just drawing the line art fast. It's gonna be very fast moving, so it doesn't need to be like super high quality. I think the trick to art, honestly, is not rushing. Like, you gotta really take your time and like not be afraid to like erase and redo things, because when you're doing art, like with one character, it's like the eye could be moved like a millimeter to the left, and like his entire expression changes. You know, you have to really take your time and like perfect everything you draw before you like show it to the public. I feel like, which is something that I don't do, which I really should do. But for something like this, which is just like a one, 1/12 of a second frame in between frame, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know. I kind of goofed on these mouths. I might have to fix them later. We'll see. I kind of want him to look like Psycho though here. He's a madman. The name of the app that I'm animating in is Adobe Animate. So I pay for the Adobe suite. It's like $50 a month. But you get After Effects, you get Premiere Pro, so you can do your special effects and you can do your editing too. It's totally worth it. But I mean, it's worth it like if you're making that money back from your work, you know. $50 a month is a lot of money, but like for me, it's not bad because I'm making that money back from the videos, you know, like at least from my Dragon Ball reviews and stuff. And if you're a student, you can actually get it cheaper. I think you can get it for like 20 or $25 a month. So if you're a student, it's totally worth it, I think. Demigras is super powerful in this episode because he absorbed all of Vegeta's Omni power. I'll show you guys another clip in a little bit. I just don't want to spoil too much because like I'm gonna publish this to YouTube and I don't want people to just. So what happens is like when I do these streams and I publish them to YouTube, like somebody will like write in the top of the comments, they'll be like, "Oh, skip to 1 hour 25 minutes and you'll see like the clip of the next episode." You know, so like people just like click on these just so they can see like get spoiled about what happens in the next episode, which I guess is okay. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I don't really want people to get spoiled. Like I do want them to get hyped up, but I don't want them to get like spoiled so that it's not as impactful when they see it for the first time, you know, the full episode. So that's why I don't like showing too much on stream. Also, there's been times when I've showed clips on stream and then people like they screen record or they download my stream and then they just upload the clip to their own channel, and I definitely don't like that. So I have to be like very selective about what I show you guys. Gold Scar, the watermark doesn't really matter, bro. People chop off my water. So Mysticon said, why don't you just put a watermark on your stream? Because like, dude, I have a watermark on Anime War. It doesn't matter. They just put their own logo on top, or they just like increase the size of the video to the point where my logo is off the screen, and they re-upload it anyway. You know, and they don't give credit. So there's nothing I can really do about it besides just not spoil it. You know what I mean? Because like once I release the full video, I can put content ID on it so that I don't have to like, if people steal it, like my network will know. I don't know if they can do that for streams. Oh, we got Unreal and Gaming in here. Oh, he wants to see Omni Gogeta or Vegito. Well, you may just get your wish, Unreal. But not in this episode. I think his nose is way too big here. I'll have to fix that. Unreal, hit me up online. I can tell you how Anime War ends. Actually, wait, didn't you ask me when we were at KamehaCon? You and Emish asked me how you're like, how does Anime War end? Didn't I tell you guys? I felt like I started telling you guys and then we got like interrupted by something. Yeah, I'm kind of just gonna rush the end of Anime War because, like, so as I was explaining on my last stream, I was supposed to have Omni Broly in this and Omni Bardock, and I'm skipping all that because it's taking too long. Like, I just want to finish it. I just want to finish the story. But I was gonna have Omni Broly come in. And, like, so the evil gods were going to resurrect Omni Broly to help fight. And Goku and Whis were going to resurrect Bardock, and he was going to be Omni. And it was going to be, like, Goku, Bardock, and Vegeta versus Broly. But I don't really have the capacity to do that, so I'm just going to skip all of it. Yeah, I mean, I had been planning, like, so my team knows that, like, I had been planning to do Broly the entire time, like, way before like, years before we, like, knew about Broly coming in the movie. But, like, after him coming out in the movie, I'm like, man, really? It's like making Omni Broly now. It's like, eh. I don't feel like it's the same. It's like there's already so much hype for Broly in the movie. It's like, why make him Omni? I don't know. I don't feel like it's worth it anymore. And if I'm gonna skip episode 8 because I'm trying to just finish the story, might as well skip episode 10 too. But I'm not gonna call the one after this episode 10 or 11. I'm just gonna call it the next one episode 10. Like, pretty much the reason why I'm skipping episode 8 is it's just too much work. It's too much work and it's too expensive, and it doesn't, like, there's too much criticism that Anime War doesn't move the story, which is completely true. And I mean, I completely agree with that. The problem is, like, if the episodes came out like every week or every other week, like, people wouldn't really care. But the problem is the episodes come out, every like 6 months or something. So when an episode comes out, like, they want to see the story progress, and I get that. And that's why I want to skip episode 8, because it's just going to be all these battles with, like, Naruto, Sasuke, Luffy, Madara, Boros, and all them. But, like, the actual main story doesn't progress. And so that's why I want to skip it. In this episode, the story progresses big time. So I'm hoping that I can finish Anime War on episode 10. If not, it'll be like a short episode 11 finish. I might have to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Man, his arm's like fucking huge, man. He's big. He's not that big. Although Luca drew him huge. This doesn't look right. Still, oh, it's, you know what? It's his traps, man. His traps are massive. This dude's like a WWE wrestler over here. John Cena Demigras with the traps, son. This man does shrugs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you guys know XP Pen? You guys know how I just did a tablet review for XP Pen, which is actually the tablet I'm using right now. Is the XP Pen 22E Pro. Well, they hit me up and they said, we want you to review another XP Pen tablet, the new 15 point. Oh, you know what? Shit, I'm not supposed to talk about this. My bad. They told me they told me I'm not allowed to talk about it. Whoops. Yeah, guys, I know the art isn't really that great right now, but you got to realize that look at these frames. There's all of these frames within a second and a half. You're not going to be able to tell that this looks like crap when it's moving that fast. So just keep that in mind. You have to kind of make these decisions as a director, like, and an animator. If you're trying to do like a scene like this, like it's not a still frame, you know. It's a hyper fast moving combat scene. So you don't have to put like crazy amounts of effort into every drawing. In fact, it can even like looking sloppy can actually sometimes help it. Like if you're smearing it. So I'm kind of just trying to go as fast as possible right now. So if you don't understand the art right now, I mean I get it, but there's a reason behind it is what I'm trying to say. Still frames should always be like more of like an illustration in my opinion. Whereas this is a high frame, like this is almost like Sakuga, almost. You'll see when I play this in full speed, you'll be like, oh, wow, that actually looks really cool. You'll see what I'm talking about. Right now, it probably looks like dog shit. But there's certain techniques like that you have to learn if you're an animator slash director slash producer, which pretty much any YouTube animator is. You have to learn like techniques to speed up the process and like make your artwork count in like the right moments, you know? How you do that, in my opinion, is the fast moving scenes you rush, and the still frames you put like super high quality into the art to really like catch people's eyes. It's all about like animation is an optical illusion, you know, and you kind of have to play on that fact, you know. Gohan will be in this episode, by the way. In fact, every single character is going to be in this episode. So people are asking music requests. I can't play any music I want because like my stream could get taken down. So like my network, like I pay them thousands of dollars a month so that I can use Two Steps from Hell music. That's one thing that people don't understand. They're like, "Oh, you make so much money from anime." Where if you guys knew how much money I spent on the licensing for the music alone, your minds would be fucking blown. You have no idea. Thousands a month to use the music that I use, because the music is really my brand. Like that's one of the things that I've learned. People okay, so you know, animation, yes, it's drawing, right? But it's audio visual content, right? Meaning that it's not only what you're seeing, but it's what you're hearing as well is what makes it so impactful and so amazing to the viewer. And so the music and the sound effects are like literally equally as important as the art. It's so important. The audio is so incredibly important. I can't stress that enough for you guys. So like your audio equipment, using audio software to juice your sounds. Like I use Adobe Audition to juice my audio. And the music is really, really important. And if you use copyrighted music without a license, like your video will get content ID'd. And that's one of the things I've seen from other animators who are super talented, but they don't get as many views as I do. And I tell them, I'm like, dude, it's like one of my main tricks is really just the audio. Like that's what captures people. That's what like gets them so invested into it. I mean, the pacing is really important too. Pacing is another flaw that a lot of like really talented artists have that try and animate. Like pacing is super important. Like, for example, like a lot of these like hyper talented guys that work on Anime War, like Audie and Luca, they when they do cuts for me, their art and everything is like it's phenomenal. It's amazing. Notorious Luke and Audie, but like their stuff it's just too fast. You know, it's like everything happens so fast. It's like your brain can't even absorb it. You know, and like learning that way, like slowing down everything to the point where people's brains can like easily digest it is so important for like creating that like enjoyment out of the audience. It's just something that like that's more of like a director type of thing that takes some time to learn, and I think that really comes from just like watching a lot of anime and a lot of movies and a lot of practice and stuff like that. But it's like those little elements that people don't even think about like go such a long way, dude. So I invest crazy amounts of time looking for music and sound effects. Crazy amounts, because I understand the importance of it. How many of you guys are playing Smash Bros? Say in chat if you play Smash Bros. Any YouTubers out there want to fight me in Smash Brothers right now? Who wants to go in Smash Brothers right now on stream? Let's go. I got the capture card up. I'm ready. Lump King, if you never played Smash, you're gonna get annihilated, dude. I mean, I'm not like God mode at Smash, but like I've been playing since the original Smash. Like I'm pretty good. If you never played Smash, you're gonna get annihilated, dude. I've been playing Smash for like 12 years or something. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. I'm calling out Afro Senju in Smash. Yo, everybody go tweet Afro Senju and tell him I want to play him in Smash right now. 1v1 online. Oh, a bold statement by Mastar. Yo, I thought I wanted to be competitive at this Smash Brothers. Like I've just been like waiting for the next game. But bro, like when I watch like Zero and all these like final people in the finals of tournaments, they're so good, man. Just like I'm like if I want to get that good, I have to invest like 70 hours a week playing the game, and it's like I can't do that. But Smash is my favorite game ever. I still don't have a main in Smash. My mains are like Rob, Ganondorf. That's pretty much it. Roy. I don't like playing swordsman though because they're like too OP. Like I've never liked playing OP builds or OP mainstream. Like I've never been like a mainstream kind of person. Like when it comes to gaming, like even when I played Yu-Gi-Oh, I would always play these like crazy underdog builds that nobody had ever seen before, and I would beat like these like $3,000 decks, and the people would be so mad, you know. I get so much thrill out of winning with like some underdog character that it's like. I know, like, if you want to be top tier, you got to play like the OP, but that ain't me. There's so much satisfaction of beating somebody who's like invested a lot of money or a lot of time into some OP character, and you take them down with some shit character, or shit deck, or whatever. It's so satisfying. So somebody earlier said my art is evolving, or my drawing's getting better. Mastar's art is evolving. Well, it's funny because I've always told people, I'm like, people improve over time. You just have to give them time. Like, yeah, my stuff used to look like crap before, but I was an amateur. I still am an amateur. But you have to give people time to improve, But it's like on the internet, people don't want to give you time to improve. They just want to criticize you off the bat, like harshly, That's why, like, I don't really like criticize people, especially like if I don't know, if I'm not in that area, like I don't criticize. So like, Devil Artemis asked me after he did Gohan for Malavelli's Dragon Ball Epsilon. He's like, "Hey man, what do you think about my Gohan?" And I said, "Well, he did the voice acting for it," and I said, I can't really critique it. I'm not a voice actor, I mean, that's the way I approach it. That's not how the internet works, because on the internet everybody's a critic. You know what I mean? But that should be how it works. Like, you shouldn't be critiquing things if you don't have any like knowledge or experience in the area, because like I tried to voice act a couple times and I was like, Jesus, this is so much harder than I thought it was. Voice acting is incredibly difficult, and it's a skill that is not only requires talent but also a lot of practice, and I don't have either of those. So like, who am I to criticize that? If I'm going to give any criticism on a voice actor, it's unfounded and it's going to be dumb, because it's just like, I don't know any of the techniques. I don't know any of the knowledge behind it. And so if I'm criticizing it, I just pretty much look like an idiot. I mean, there is like an unbiased criticism is actually a useful tool in certain circumstances. That's why like you'll see some of these things like cooking shows and like The Voice or whatever, like shows like that, where they'll have like somebody who isn't a musician or isn't a singer will be a part of the judge panel, because that's kind of like the voice of the common folk, and that can actually be very important. But for the most part, I mean, for me specifically, I don't think you should ever criticize anything if you don't have any experience, like a lot of experience in that area. You know what I mean? Like if you went in the gym and you're like overweight, right? And you go in the gym and there's like some pro bodybuilder in there, like lifting weights, and you're like a fat guy, and you walk up to him and you're like, "You're lifting weights wrong." Like, you're gonna look like an idiot. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel like criticism on the internet is. Just like everybody wants to criticize, but like not many people have the experience to really know what they're talking about. Yeah, guys, episode 8 is out already. Just look for the pirated episodes called Anime War Episode 8, where it's just a replay of all the previous episodes. There's plenty of them out there. If you look up, like, if you go to YouTube and you look up Anime War and like filter it by like this month or something, you'll see like how many pirates there are. It's like scary. And go on Facebook too, man. How many people just like re-upload it and they just name it like Dragon Ball Super 2019 revealed, and they'll show like Anime War. It's sick. Oh my god, this is such a grind, dude. Fuck. Getting tired of drawing. I want to draw something else for a change. Let me draw Vegeta. So I'm gonna try and draw. Should I do a close up or a badass shot? Let me try and do a close up. So I'm sketching, this is supposed to be a badass scene for Vegeta here. You'll see what it is in a minute. Just give me some time. I always do like, I sketch out, but I do a lot of erasing. It's just kind of like my style. Like I do construction lines, but I have problems with placement still because My understanding of anatomy isn't perfect yet. So pretty much what happens is Soren is fighting this guy, Demigra, right? But he's losing. And Vegeta, like, he knows what dark siphoning is. Like, he's smart, right? So he knows what's going on. And he's like, maybe I can distract this guy and do something, but I just can't be God form, otherwise he'll steal my power. So I need like the maximum amount of power I can produce without turning into a god.